Hello everybody, welcome to the American Indian Community House Facebook Livestream, Census and AICH weekly updates. My name is Sheldon Raymore. I come from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe and I am the American Indian Community House Deputy Director. And this is now, we've been doing these weekly lives the last couple of weekends, and so glad that you could take some time out of your Easter Sunday, for those of you that celebrate Easter, to come in and join us today. We've had quite an eventful week this past week. We were able to get a lot of some really great programming out there, and yesterday we had the Fit Native work class that was from 3 until 3:40, and then we've also had the Sacred Spaces yesterday, which is our Elders Talking Circle. I just want to give a quick thank you out to Fran Grumbly, American Indian Community House Board Treasurer. Thank you for the wonderful gift of the sage. The sage bundle that I'm able to have now. It's been nice to have these this traditional medicine and be able to smell the sage. And also thank you for the face masks that you sent me. That's been really great. So since our last Facebook Live, I kind of was showing folks what they could use around maybe the house, whether it was scarves or something if they didn't have a sewing machine, what they could have used for like rubber bands for the sides of them. And just this past week, we shared on our American Indian Community House page no sew face mask, which was with a scarf, and it was just some rubber bands. So if you get a chance and you still don't have access to any of the masks, go ahead and go on our Facebook page here, and you'll be able to find that no sew video, and that should help you out. But as far as this week, we'll be going into a full swing of a bunch of different events that'll be happening this week, starting tomorrow, which is Monday. Normally with the U.S. Census, we ask for volunteers where we have texting parties. Sunday, we do a training from 4 to 5 p.m., and that's run by Tatiana Banali, and then usually from 5 to 7 p.m., which is just a 2-hour window, we'll go through and do a texting party, which we all meet on Zoom, and we all get our phones out and we start texting away to, last week we were on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, so we usually get a different borough. So we'll see where we're going to be tomorrow during that texting party. So because of it being Easter, we wanted to move that over till tomorrow, which will be Monday. We will be going from 4 to 5 will be the training, and then we'll go ahead and do 5 to 7 p.m., which will be the actual texting party. So those of you that are tuning in, you can, if you're interested in being a volunteer with us, we give out prizes to those that are our top texters who are sending out those texts. I mean, it's amazing. Sometimes we send out like maybe 50 texts in a matter of just a couple of minutes. So we'll be doing we'll be announcing that this week who that winner is for a volunteer. So we do give you an incentive, usually cool beadwork or something to that nature. So definitely, I always do this call out, and I take these opportunities on these Sundays to just do a call out for our volunteers. We couldn't do this without you. Once again, the American Indian Community House is supported by the New York City Census. Get out the count. Our counts vote. Our Native is the New York City, still the largest population of Native Americans residing in New York City out of the country. Are we still number one? It'll be up to you to determine that by getting out your vote. Getting out into your count and taking the census and make sure that those numbers get counted. So please, if you haven't taken the census yet, it just takes about 5 to 10 minutes of your time. Fill that out, and let's get represented as Indigenous people. And so one of the things too, starting tomorrow, it's our social justice series. That's going to be with Tatiana Banali, And we really would like you to join in if you have the time. It's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. This is our American Indian Community House Social Justice Series. The American Indian Community House Social Justice Series will provide the community with the resources and information to collectively discuss and take action for Indigenous issues all over the world. As a movement led by and in solidarity with colonized and displaced peoples, the series will focus on providing a space that is accessible to anyone willing to learn and to take action for the collective benefit of Indigenous peoples' movements around the globe. We are not free until we are all free. So this week, what we're going to be screening is the Stop Desecration of Shinnecock Hills. Shinnecock Nation is an ongoing fight against big business and capitalism. We'll be gathering on Zoom for a panel followed by a group discussion. We will collectively educate ourselves on what is happening on the Shinnecock Reservation and share resources and actions we can do to show solidarity. So if you get a chance, check that out. It's going to be Tuesday. Again, from 6 to 8 p.m., part of our ongoing weekly programming. Thanks in part support to the Census and those folks that help us out. We do have some really great future programming that we're working on with that social justice series, so stay tuned for that, and definitely follow us on Facebook, all of our social medias. If you would like to join our listserv, go ahead and either send us a message with our American Indian Community House a message, and we'll go ahead and add you to our listserv, which is about a couple thousand folks. Join us here on Facebook. We're up to several thousand, 9,000 or so followers. You can join them. Twitter, also Instagram. So go ahead and join us for that. We're really excited that this past week we had our first Wellbriety meeting, which was the Journey of Hope, Healing and Wellness, holistic, spiritually focused, and trauma informed. So we just launched that. It was from 7 to 9, and that was this past week, Friday. So if you didn't get a chance, that's okay. You can still join us, which is going to be this Tuesday. And that's going to be from 7 to 9. So if you get a chance, check that out. That is an ongoing thing. We have a series of those. So for this week specifically, we're going to have 2 of them. It'll be Tuesday and Thursday. And so that's the Wellbriety for those folks that are brothers and sisters that are in recovery. It is a mixed group. It's also a closed group, so we'll be working with you on how to keep that anonymity, if you like. But also it's just a lot of great teachings. Our Haudenosaunee brothers and sisters up north, as a guest on these areas here, these territories, it's always nice to hear their teachings and where they come from. And there are some parallels too, that kind of cross parallel. So it's been really great, especially when we get into talking about the different traditional medicines and different teachings, like the good mind and keeping the good mind, and walking the red road, staying sober and walking that good red road, and always thinking in good ways. And that we bring that good energy, the good medicine out there to others, and able to help others, right? And help ourselves at the same time. So it's really a win-win situation there. And so Wednesday, we're really looking forward to, very fortunate actually, this Wednesday, that we have a lot of our elders that have been in the American Indian Community House, our community, our family, extended family, they're still alive, and they're here to share their stories with us. And it's story time, and that's basically Wednesday. We're fortunate to have Nadima Igard. This is our honoring our elders talking circle, and we will be joined by her as a special guest this Wednesday, led by her. What's great about these elders talks is that they're elder led. And so as somebody younger, it's nice just to sit back and be able to listen to them and take in the knowledge and the wisdom that they're sharing with us, because they've been through it, and they their resilience and their all of that energy that they bring. It's always good to listen to them. So look forward to listen to Nadima Agard on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got a great maker session. Our executive American Indian Community House executive director Melissa Oakes is going to be doing a maker session, which you can check that out. It's going to be at 6 p.m. So definitely, we've been getting a lot of those requests for those maker sessions. I know you all want to learn some different trade secrets, or maybe different approaches or techniques on how to do certain beadwork or other native specific art mediums and things like that. So please check that out. Join in if you get a chance. That's actually going to be another Zoom meeting. So go ahead and shoot us a message, and we can get back to you with the credentials on how you can join that. So anytime we do these Facebook Lives, if you do not feel comfortable to leave your information in the chat boxes here, I see all of you watching. We've got all kinds of people all out there. Wow, this is great, from all over the country. It's really great at the American Indian Community House. You know, we've worked with about 70 so different tribes. That's just within these regions here, but we expand out nationally. So this is so cool that here we are in today's age, you know, through technology, we're able to still connect with one another. And folks that come into New York City, a lot of times they want to meet other natives. That's where our organization has come into play. We play host a lot of times, whether it's been from the United Nations, folks that come in during the Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues, to multiple different things. But so we look forward to also, if you get a chance, this Saturday and Sunday will be the elders Sacred Spaces. That's their time, again, talking circle. And so check back with us again next week when we will have more of those release dates and times and credentials for the Wellbriety meetings. And also we'll let you know where we're at with the social justice series. And so really at this time, it's one of the announcements that I was asked to make today. You know, you're in our thoughts and our prayers. The family of Bruce Garrow, you know, it's with our condolences at the American Indian Community House. We send you our thoughts and our prayers. I'm just going to go ahead and read you his obituary here, which is from community member, longtime community member Bruce Garrow. Bruce Tyree, born on November 30th, 1946 in Los Angeles, and died on April 9th from complications of the coronavirus. He was the partner of David Wells Beer for 39 years and spouse for almost one. Much loved by his stepchildren Elizabeth and Andrew, his son-in-law Brian, and step-grandchildren Nuala, Orla, and Anna. A classically trained actor, he studied in London, Krakow, and New York, with such teachers as Stella Adler and Michael Chekhov. He was in numerous off-Broadway productions, last appearing at the Henry Street Playhouse this past winter. Inveterate traveler all his life, he lived in Paris for 3 years and Santorini for 2, and he was looking forward to returning to China with David in the spring. Another one of his interests was the Metropolitan Opera, which he attended sometimes once a week. In season, his family and many friends will miss his warmth, humor, and unassuming charm. So again, our thoughts and our prayers go out to you and your families during this difficult time right now. And so, you know, that's kind of weighing heavy on everybody's hearts today. So we honor you and thank you. Really at this time, what we do, this is sort of the social part of it, where you can ask questions, community, we reach out to you. This is how we stay connected. If you have questions or you need to know about something, go ahead and shoot us a message and we can get back to you. We've got staff that is still working remotely, so we do our best to get back to you with whatever questions it is you need help with, or whatever services you're looking for, to that nature. So, wow, we've got people from Scotland, Highlands, Scotland. Wish you well. Thank you. We've got folks from the West Coast tuning in. Oneida, Iroquois. nation, Phoenix, Arizona. What was great about Wellbriety too is that it's been having a national reach too. We talked about this. There's not too many resources out there that are native specific for that. So our executive director sort of took the reins on that and made that, put that whole thing together and made this happen. So we're really, really glad that's happening right now during this time. So thank you very much for that. And thank you to all the board that has been working tirelessly and the staff of the American Indian Community House during this time. Again, we're doing our best for you as a community, American Indian Community House, New York City and surrounding regions, to keep you connected, but also, keep programming going during this time. Again, we don't know what the future is going to hold for us. We don't know where we're going to be or how long this is going to take. So in the meantime, we're still holding everything down here, holding the camp down, and we're still here. So go ahead and continue. I see folks are leaving. You can go ahead and shoot us a message if you have any questions, or go ahead and leave your information here on the very bottom. If you needed to know about follow us on Facebook. You'll notice that you go to our events and you'll see we usually post on there what events we have coming up, like with the Fit Native TV with Tanis Peranto. She is a trainer, and we're really fortunate to have her on board with us with part of the American Indian Community House staff. So if you've also haven't had a chance, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are archiving a lot of our YouTube, the different videos that we're making and the different programming. So we also have some old footage that we would like to be publishing, some of those older videos from another time from the American Indian Community House, some of the powwows that they used to do and things like that. So if you have footage that you would be willing to share, you can also shoot me an email. It's sraymore@aich.org. And we are working on this project called the American Indian Community House 50 Winners Project. And what we've been doing is we've been sort of cataloging and archiving all this history for the last 50 years of our organization. We're going now into our 51st year of operation, and there's a lot of history, a lot of stories there. And so what's been great, part of that has been these sacred spaces where the elders have been sharing some of those wisdom and those stories of their times here in New York City. So looking forward to, again, this Wednesday with Nadima Agard to hear some of what she went through, and she's also an amazing artist, very talented artist. So I'm always fascinated to hear of during the times that they went through, and all the different exhibitions and things like that the community house has hosted over the years and still continues to host throughout these coming years. So we have immigrated from Germany and Italy, hoping that Thunderbirds powwow happens. Yeah, powwow season, that's a big question for a lot of powwow folks out there. I know there's the social distancing powwow that's out there that they've been doing, that's on a Facebook page, and folks have been sending their videos in, and they've been doing like the split screens and all of that. So that's been really cool to see them keep that going on the weekends. And then they also mix it up too. They'll bring on different like multidisciplinary artists or performers that'll come on, or musicians, and to sort of mix up the powwows. So that's been cool. But I think it's a big question mark for us to see how powwow season is going to be this year, right? Like with social distancing and all of that, like what does the future hold for us? And that's like, I guess we all are kind of asking ourselves that question, right? What is the future going to hold for us as we move forward? So definitely keep those questions coming in. Some folks, I see we've got some Canadians that are tuning in too. Welcome. Those of you just tuning in, my name is Sheldon Raymore. I come from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe. I am the American Indian Community House Deputy Director, and we do these Facebook Live updates every Sunday from 3 to 3:30, and we take this time to not only share with you the programming that we're offering the community here in New York City and the surrounding states and the surrounding territories, but some of this is also very open to national, our folks to share with us. We share with you as well. So we take this time to give you the announcements, and then also if you have any questions that you need answered, you can also message us. We have staff members that are always willing to help you out to our best of our abilities. And then throughout the course of our year at the American Indian Community House, we're pretty active. Every month we're doing something somewhere, usually in the city, whether it's with different universities, different schools, different social events that are happening. We've done a lot of socials, and then again the summer residencies on Governor's Island. This is year 2 that we're going to be on Governor's Island, and so lots of art, lots of culture. That's sort of our focus, but also wellness and native wellness and identity and culture are really our strengths that we bring to the people. So American Indian Community House Maker Session again is going to be this Wednesday. Get your beads out, or needle and thread, and they're going to go over beading and a sewing stitch. So for those of you beaders who would like to maybe join in on another group of folks who are also beader enthusiasts as well, other artisans, join in on them. And then if you're a beginner and would just like to learn more techniques, definitely tune into those. And again, send us a message through here on Facebook. Just go to our page, send us a message, and you can leave us your email. Let us know what exactly program you're most interested in. So is it the maker session? Is it the Wellbriety meetings? Is it the social justice, the weekly social justice series? Is it the census? Would you like to be a census volunteer? Let us go ahead and shoot us a message, and we'll get back to you with those credentials. We're doing a lot of our meetings on Zoom, just because we can have upwards up to several hundred people on that, and so they've been working out pretty great. And we'll be sharing some of the rules that we have with those Zoom meetings, with just for safety precautions and things like that. But I'm getting some questions here. There is a form that you can fill out if you would like to join the Wellbriety meeting. It's just a quick little short form that you fill out the form, and then we'll be adding you to the listserv for that, so you'll get all the updates, and then anytime there's meetings and things like that, you'll be getting the credentials on in order to join that. But folks ask, do we do anything in Long Island? Well, on Long Island, we have different board members that have been that are part of the Shinnecock tribe, right there on Long Island in the Hamptons, Southampton. Many years since beginning our inception of the American Indian Community House, we've always worked with folks out there out at Shinnecock, and also the Puspatuck Reservation. But Long Island, like I said, we make trips out there. We're actually hoping that this summer, if Governor's Island opens back up, we'd like to bring folks out to the house where we're going to be at, which is at the Admiral's house, and that's in Nolan Hill. And so for those of you that have never been to Governor's Island, it's just a quick little ferry trip. You right there at Battery Park, there's a ferry dock, and you take that ferry over. It takes you it's about like a 5-minute little cross of the bay and into Governor's Island, and then probably a little 5 to 10 minute walk, and it's a really beautiful house. So definitely we're looking forward to all that programming that we'll be doing this summer. And then somebody also wanted to know, Do we do anything in LA, Los Angeles? A lot of our, not only our board members, but a lot of our staff here at the American Indian Community House do a lot of national leadership. And so oftentimes we're traveling to different conferences and different GONAs, Gathering of Native Americans, throughout the country. And so we do partnerships, we do travel out to those places and represent not only the organization but show solidarity for different things. Like I know our executive director was out in San Francisco for the Alcatraz, that meeting. I've gone out to the Bay Area for Bates, but Los Angeles, I don't have anything to mind that comes up that we've done anything anytime recently, but who knows, let's see where things go. So those of you that have just tuned in, you can follow us on Facebook, follow us on our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and go ahead and if you'd like to get on our listserv where we send you our weekly updates and emails, you can join that too. Leave us a message. Every Sunday you can join me, Sheldon Raymore, your American Indian Community House Deputy Director, every Sunday from 3 until 3:30. It looks like I don't have any questions from any of you folks out there, huh? So it's been a busy week, but I really hope that you all, from the American Indian Community House, you all stay safe, stay socially distanced, wear your masks, continue to wash those hands, and just keep continuing to hang on in there, and just know that you are, even though in social distancing or you may feel isolated, we are still here. We're still here as a community. We will get through this, and sending you lots of light, love, positivity, and good energy, and just keep your spirits up. Keep if those of you that have your medicines with you, this has been very helpful. I even heard that some of the sages and sweetgrass, they help purify the air. They cleanse the air, so it's just a little tip for you. If you have your medicines, burn those. So I really look forward to those. I really look forward to these weekends, this time, Sundays, just to get to be able to tune in and get to talk with you all. So without further ado, I guess I will see you all next week. And stay well, stay safe, and thank you everybody for tuning in. All right, take care everybody. Bye.